I'm here to speak about the whole ICE situation and everything going on. Hold on. I'm not the type of person to come on social media crying, but it's hard not to, seeing what our people are going through right now. And being pregnant, 20 weeks pregnant, does not help either. Since all this mess started in January, I've been nothing but crying.
The mainstream media is not telling us the truth about what's happening in California, so here it is.
They just released a pepper grenade. Oh, I had to get out of the way. Look, they're all getting back. Look. Look. I got out of the way. Oh, shit. Just in time. I got a little bit of it.
So Latinos for Trump have finally spoken against him. It took y'all long enough. Actually, y'all should have did that shit before y'all even elected this man. Because I'm saying, yes, y'all helped elect this man. And now what's going on in Los Angeles is y'all fault. It is y'all fault.
All these immigration ICE raids, you guys, it ain't no fucking joke. They are going hard, okay? They are going hard. They're going to businesses. These businesses are giving up their own hard-working people. Can y'all believe that? They're giving up their own people. They're opening up the doors.
We have breaking news right now. The founders of Latinos for Trump, Florida State Senator Ileana Garcia, is now coming out and blasting the Trump administration's immigration policy, calling it inhumane. The mass deportation efforts that the Trump administration has engaged in. This is a serious statement, and the dam is breaking as we speak. According to the Miami Herald, she said, quote, "This is not what we voted for. I have always supported Trump through thick and thin. However, this is unacceptable and inhumane."
To all of the Latinos who voted for Trump, especially those who have undocumented friends or family members, I told you so.
What is so tragic about what is going on in our country right now, particularly the mass deportation protests and riots that's happening in Los Angeles, is that it didn't have to be. It did not have to come to this. And I only have sympathy for the children who are being traumatized and whose lives are being upended by what is going on because of the foolish adults in their community.
Hello and welcome back to the channel once again. I hope you are doing fine wherever you're watching from. I also want to thank you for choosing this channel. Well, in today's video we will be looking at Latinos' reactions on the ongoing raids, the ICE raids that are happening in LA at the moment. And also, as we all know, what's trending right now are the protests in LA. People are protesting against the ICE raids that are ongoing. Well, our friends Latinos went out there on the internet and they are reacting to the ongoing situation. And when I came across this string of videos, I made a compilation because I thought that it will be useful for you to see this also, because I believe we as a community need to discuss these matters. These are issues that need to have a conversation around it. So I made this compilation for you because, while Latinos are being deported, they are the ones that because while Latinos are being deported at the moment, they are part of the team that decided to elect Donald Trump. Because remember, in the previous general elections, Latinos were all dressed up in red and they were pro-Trump. They were supporting Donald Trump. And I can say that whatever is going on at the moment was not a secret back then. It was something that Trump said out loud in public. It was part of his manifesto. He said that he will do the exact same thing that is going on at the moment. I think back then Latinos thought that they would not be affected, and probably in their minds they thought that blacks who are the people being targeted, but this is the time that they are realizing that they are not white. Well, without saying much more, I think let us get to watch the videos first, and then thereafter I'll come back with my commentary. Some of the Latinos do want blacks to participate or to help them in these demonstrations, but well, as we've seen in the recent past, blacks are not asleep anymore and they are not participating in these protests, and it's all intentional. And yeah, so Latinos are reacting to all this that is going on. So without wasting any time, let's get to watch the video, and I'll be hoping to see you on the other side of the video, where I'll be back with my commentary.
So Latinos for Trump have finally spoken against him. It took y'all long enough. Actually, y'all should have did that shit before y'all even elected this man. Because I'm saying, yes, y'all helped elect this man. And now what's going on in Los Angeles is y'all fault. It is y'all fault. Y'all divided y'all vote. And you put this man in office. And what is he doing? He's going against people who are innocent. He's rounding up anybody and everybody that looks like your demographic. He don't give a fuck about warrants. Hell, I am so happy to see that y'all are out there. The ones that didn't vote for him are out there fighting against these ICE agents and not allow them to take anybody. Now I'm going to say this. Y'all need to pay attention, because they will deploy the National Guard if they get access to that shit. That is ICE agent director's initiative tonight, is to try to get the National Guard on the ground against everybody that is protesting these roundups against ICE agents. So, y'all in my prayers. That's all I can do. Y'all are in my prayers. But Latinos for Trump, y'all asses should be out there. This is y'all fault. This is partly y'all fault, that your people are being rounded up like cattle and sent to places that some of them have never seen before. Get y'all asses out there. Don't do a call out on the damn internet or media. Go get on the ground.
I'm not the type of person to come on social media crying, but it's hard not to, seeing what our people are going through right now. And being pregnant, 20 weeks pregnant, does not help either. Since all this mess started in January, I've been nothing but crying. And I know it's not good for me or the baby, but I can't help it, because they said they wanted criminals out of this country, but they're raiding workplaces. It's not a crime to be illegal in this country. It's not a crime to come to a new country to want a better future for yourself, for your kids. That's not a crime. And what's happening today in LA is not okay. Sometimes I feel guilty because I want to get off social media and just delete everything, because it's not good for my mental health right now due to my pregnancy. But at the same time, I can't stay quiet, because if I stay quiet, that means I'm staying quiet for my people. For the 6-year-old Esmeralda who came from Mexico, that didn't have no legal status at that time, and for many years. This is not okay, guys. I just want this nightmare to be over.
Did you all see all of these images that are coming out of Los Angeles? For those that don't know, there was a major ICE operation. In la comunidad, la gente, they were not messing with it. So it sparked some protests, and law enforcement responded to those protests like this, with people wearing tactical gear, throwing tear gas at the protesters, and just creating fear around the community. According to the latest reports, at least 44 people have been arrested, or abducted, depending on how you see things. And that's up right now, some high-profile officials, including the governor, have criticized the way that ICE has gone about this. In general, the protests are about telling folks to stop separating families. Because the raids are not about protecting the community, they're about instilling fear and telling folks that they are not welcome in this country. And the huge group of the people that they have been arresting have no criminal record or even a warrant against them. To the protesters, I just want to let you know that I'm with you. As somebody who's undocumented with undocumented family, thank you for standing in solidarity with us. Thank you for speaking out, because seeking a safe place to live is a human right, and what's happening with these raids is not okay. Pero familia, what do you all think about this? Como siempre, I will keep you updated, so please stay in touch.
To all the Latinos for Trump, specifically the Mexicans, the Mexican Americans, on this Mother's Day weekend, if you have an undocumented mom, I want you to look her straight in the eyes and tell her Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Thank you for crossing the border and risking your life just so I could be born here, grow up, and be a freaking sellout and vote against you. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and sorry for voting for a guy that wants you out of this country just because I wanted more money, just because of the economy. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and let's hope you don't get deported.
Like, how are you guys handling this? Because I can't. Like, they are hunting us down like animals.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you don't listen to black women or people of color to say, don't vote for this man. Just because you look like his skin color, do not vote for this fucking man. And here we are. Yeah, they're hunting all of us down like fucking animals, because that's what they see us as, is animals. And you want to come on here crying and complaining. That's the problem, is everyone who was fucking light-skinned Latino or whatever the fucking case may be thought that y'all would get a free pass just because you guys were light-skinned enough. But y'all definitely weren't white-skinned enough, and that's the problem. You really thought they had your fucking best interests at heart, and they're not. And it's fucking embarrassing that this country is literally building itself on literally racism. That's what this country is now. It's no longer home of the free, land of the brave. It's land of the racists and land of the white hooded people who want to go ahead and control every goddamn thing. Literally, that's all it is. So don't jump on here crying and complaining, saying, are you guys okay with this? Of course we're not fucking okay with it. But this is the consequences of your guys' fucking actions, and it's fucking disappointing, because every goddamn time, it never fucking fails, the people that are light-skinned enough always fucking think they're white-skinned enough to go ahead and pass. And the people that are pissed off when they read this fucking video and be like, what do you mean white? The people who are white already know that I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the racist motherfuckers in this goddamn country.
To all the self-hating Latinos that are so proud that they voted for this, constantly commenting under all my posts saying, great, we voted for this, and saying my family did it the legal way so everyone else needs to as well. First of all, that's not pride, that's privilege, and it's being weaponized. Your family may have come here when the system actually let people in, when quotas were different, when the rules were clear, but now the legal way doesn't even exist for most people. The system is broken on purpose. It's designed to keep people out. Brown people, poor people, our people. You say you voted for this because of law and order, but what law and order tells armed men to chase down people who are just trying to survive? And now due process is being systematically dismantled. They're not just going after criminals, they're going after families. So when you say, great, we voted for this, and you're happy about it, you're not defending your culture. You're defending the people who are erasing it. You can have pride in your roots without turning your back on the people that are still trying to grow theirs. We need to stop siding with the oppressor just because we got lucky. Because next time, you might be the one that they're coming for.
To every National Guard member out there, remember your oath. You swore to defend the Constitution, not obey political cowards labeling protest as insurrection. Put down your weapon if it's pointed at your own people. You're not here to enforce a party's fear. You're here to protect rights, even when they're loud, angry, or inconvenient. Don't become the tool of a man who treats dissent like treason. Remember your oath and act like it.
While I'm watching these protests, I noticed something. Now, the whole reason that they're supposed to be protesting is because President Trump has made sure that ICE has gone there to try to deport, especially the criminal illegal immigrants. Now, tell me why all of them have flags of their own country. If they love the United States. They don't want to get deported back to their home countries. Why are they carrying the flags of their home countries? Wouldn't you think if they want to carry the flag of their own countries, then they wouldn't care about going back home? I'm not getting this. So I'm trying to understand what is the logic of, okay, I don't want to be deported back to my home country, but here's my flag. Do y'all understand this? Does it make sense to you? I'm just not getting it, because it seems like to me, if they don't want to go back to their home countries, they would be waving an American flag, wouldn't they? If they really like our country, wouldn't they be waving our flag right now? But guess what? All of them are waving their country's flag. You know what? If I were one of those law enforcement people, if you're waving somebody else's flag, I would assume that you would be one of the first people to want to get on that bus and go back home.
So let me get this straight. Things are so bad in LA that they have to deploy 2,000 National Guard people, but this same fascist dictator shows up to UFC at 11:30? You were deploying the National Guard on American soil, and you're sitting here going to the UFC event? Yeah, it seems like a very big emergency, Donnie boy. So just like we warned all of you before the election, he is going to be a dictator. He is a dictator. Dictatorship is here right now.
What is so tragic about what is going on in our country right now, particularly the mass deportation protests and riots that's happening in Los Angeles, is that it didn't have to be. It did not have to come to this. And I only have sympathy for the children who are being traumatized and whose lives are being upended by what is going on because of the foolish adults in their community. When I see headlines about what's going on with mass deportations, I keep hearing that jingle that they played throughout the election cycle for the Cheeto in Chief. You know the jingle, I will vote for Donald Trump. That jingle that was created by Latinos for Trump is going to haunt that community probably for years to come. But I'm glad that as a community, black folks, we're keeping out of it. We tried to warn them. Kamala Harris tried to warn them. And then on top of our warnings, it's not like the Cheeto in Chief and his MAGA cult made it a secret about what they were planning to do if they got into power. They clearly said it. How you vote against your own interest in an election, and now your community is paying such a heavy price, is beyond me. But oh well. They're going to have to figure this out on their own. Black people were not going to be Captain Save-A-Ho this time.
Well, there you have it. You have seen it by yourself. You know, Latinos are now currently regretting the fact that they voted for Donald Trump. But remember, they did it willingly from their own hearts, and nobody forced them to cast the votes against their own interest. You know, back then, we as the black community, we tried to warn them. We tried to buy them to come and side with us, but they did not want to hear us. In fact, I think they decided to vote against their own interest simply because they felt like they did not want to be associated with blackness, you know. And right now, they want the benefits of being associated with blackness, yet they do not want to be associated with blacks. You know, blacks are known for fighting for their rights, and not just fighting and winning, you know. Right now, most of the rights that the immigrants in the USA are benefiting are rights that were fought by the black community. And as we can see, Latinos do not want to be associated with black people, yet they want the benefits that come with blacks supporting them or the benefits that come with the blackness in the protests. Yeah, and other creators are out there not inciting or rather encouraging blacks not to participate in the ongoing demonstrations, because blacks since time immemorial, whenever they participate in these protests, they are kind of targeted, and they become victims of arrests or victims of police brutality. And it's not the first time that it's happening. And right now, when I see my fellow black people not participating in these protests, it kind of makes me happy, because when I see this, I know that blacks are finally up. Blacks are not sleeping anymore. And there's also an argument, aside from the fact that blacks have agreed not to participate, there's an argument that blacks not participating in these protests will kind of bite them back in the ass, because some people claim that after Donald Trump or after the government is done with Latinos, then blacks are next. Tell me what you think in the comment section, because I don't want to get so much into that, because after listening to what all the videos that you've listened to, I believe you can make your own conclusion. Is it true that blacks are next, that it's not just Latinos or the Hispanians that are being targeted, or the Cubans? Is it true that blacks will be next? Well, at the moment, I don't want to dive into that. I think I'll dive into that more in another video, a video that I am preparing. So at this moment, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to this channel, because by subscribing to this channel, you'll be able, or you'll be guaranteed to see that video, because you'll get notified as soon as I make the next upload. Well, back to the issue of Latinos and their whole reaction surrounding the whole scenario. Well, we have seen some of these Latino brothers and sisters. They are asking for the help from the black community. Well, this is not something new. It's something that we all saw coming. And please tell me what you think about the current ICE raids that are going on in LA, because it's something that it's causing chaos right now, and we all don't want to see this happening. I think, regardless of the fact that I am black, or we as a black community do not want to participate in these protests, we still have to recognize the fact that these Latinos are still human beings, and some of them are there legally, and they deserve their right to stay in America. This is something that Donald Trump is just doing, probably to upset Latinos, or to upset all the other immigrants, and I also think that this should be a lesson to all the other small minority groups, that in the case where the white Americans or the palm-colored people, the Caucasians, in the case where they are probably bringing white supremacist laws or law enforcement, then all the other minority groups should side with each other and be in one corner, because apparently, even if you are brown, or even if you're not black, just by the mere fact that you're not black does not make you white. We've seen Asians going through the same bled, they're going through the same punishment. Well, just because you're not black does not make you white. They do not consider you as one of their own. And for a very long time, Latinos or Mexicans and Hispanians have not accepted themselves for who they are, for who they really are. In fact, they have really wanted to be associated with whiteness, and it's now that they are realizing, or it's now that it's coming to their attention that they are not white. Yeah, apparently they're not white, they're just close to whiteness in their minds, but according to the Caucasians themselves, they do not see them as one of their own. Well, some of the Caucasians are siding with them and they are taking part in the protests too. Well, that's an exception. Of course, not all whites are racists. That's not what I'm trying to say. But you can see what's going on right now. And I think this should serve as a lesson and as a reminder in case of anything that may occur in the future. Now, with that, I would like to end this video. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if at all this video resonates with you, or if at all it resonates with your beliefs, or if at all you are interested in black YouTube or videos concerning the black culture or anything to do with blackness, then I'd ask you to give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, because these are the kind of videos that I do upload on this channel, and I do upload them on a daily basis. So subscribe to this channel, because I upload these videos for free, and all you have to do in return is to subscribe, and in return you'll be guaranteed to see each and every video as soon as I upload them. Otherwise, see you in the next video.